getting a little.
Yeah. Oh yeah! Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1670 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, Mark is going to kick us off. Mark, what do you got?
I've got two incredible stories, a couple doozies for you fellas. Now, a lot of people might think I don't like science or I make fun of science. I love science, okay, when it's applied correctly. It's not applied correctly in these two stories.
Okay.
Sure, yeah. Science, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Right?
We tease the ones we love, right?
The scientists.
Yeah, sure.
Never stop
Yeah,
teasing them. You tease them when they're young.
And they're easy targets, you know. The nerd acts
older.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Gotta love the scientists for all of it, right? And then we can all blame them when shit goes wrong, like
Exactly. Well,
COVID lab leaks and all that and whatnot, So it's great. It's always fun.
they're like the Jews, scapegoats,
Yeah, well, yeah, and then making good advancements too. So it's like, hey,
yeah,
it's yin and yang. Pat, you're on deck. What do you got,
dude? This Peruvian fisherman got found. Found's a better word. But he is a fisherman, so caught is a pun.
All right.
He was found caught after way too long at sea. And the things that he ate to get through it are awesome. So we're talking about that. You'll never guess what he ate.
Fish?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Fish sticks?
Nope.
Interesting.
Guessing he drank a lot of salt water.
Nope. That would have killed him.
Okay.
All right, we'll find out.
Well, and we will find out. Really interesting. I'm still working on my fish tank, so I'm really interested in anything water related.
How long do you give up?
I can't believe you got a fish tank, dude.
Still, while the kids wanted it, so the kids they needed the fishies. It was either that or go to the pet store every night for the rest of my life to look at the fishies in the fish tanks. That was those were my two options.
Just
get a tank.
Put on a fish app on the tablet.
It doesn't satisfy it's not the same. It's not the same. The tank.
I mean, the fish tanks are cool. They're just like, as you're finding out, and Wes has pointed out, very hard to maintain.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, but I feel like the more at one I get with the water, so I'm gonna hear this story about this dude surviving in the water. It's taking me in the right direction. Maybe I won't kill all the fish in the tank. So, and then we're gonna talk about poppers. Last, popper. You know about poppers?
I know that all my gay buddies do them.
You're damn right they do. I had no idea how big of a thing this was, but
I thought you meant like the little rolled up things with gunpowder in them.
Well,
you're talking about like when you're a kid, snaps.
Yeah, poppers.
No, these are to enhance gay sex. They relax the asshole.
That's right. That's
not
one of the
like
main
put
benefits.
Behind your parents' car wheels or friends' car wheels, and when they drive, they go pop, 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 and they get scared. Not that
similar, but except for if those made you have more relaxed anal sex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. No, those tighten up your butthole. Poppers.
Yeah, same name, opposite effect.
Got it.
You want to party? Try some poppers.
Yeah, but there's you'll see what's going on with the poppers. If you're a popper fan, you're gonna need to stay tuned till the end because it's a big impact coming.
I've heard of pussy popping. Is that
on the handstand?
Yeah. All right.
Pop that pee.
Songs. All right, let's fucking do the news. Okay. I've got a segment today that I'm calling "That's One Way to Science," and we're going to be traveling for these stories. First one is in Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne.
Dude, quick fun fact about Melbourne, because I went to the James Bond exhibit. Speaking of science, at the Museum of Science and Industry, and they have this
Q Museum. Is that the guy's name? Q.
Q. Yeah,
Scientist.
yeah. Dude, this is definitely like one of those. We have a membership to the museum. You go in there, and then like it's the extra. You know what I mean? You got to pay for an extra ticket. So it was crowded as fuck. So I went and I wanted to see it. I went in there with my kid. There was no science about it. It was like the science of double. It was just props from 007. But they had a map.
It was fake science. It's fake.
No actual science. It was just literally like, this is a car from the movie. Look, and it's all fucked up. Look, and then here's a video of it flipping in the movie. But they had a map of places 007 had been in the movies. Never been to Australia. It's never been a destination.
Way.
It's been everywhere, dude, but not in Australia.
Well, don't fret, Pat, because they sold out like Star Wars, and they're going to be pumping out James Bond spinoffs, James Bond's kids, James Bond.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're going to be popping out James Bond things left and right. They sold out. No
Bezos
longer
Bond.
Yeah, Bezos Bond. So in Melbourne, this trashy fly mothers who we're talking about, 48-year-old Joanna Kathleen Kinman. She was recently arrested for trying to sell human toes on the black market.
Okay, I got a lot of questions.
Calm down, everyone. Calm down.
It's like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, it's not what you think. She didn't kill anyone or cut off anyone's toes. She doesn't work in a morgue.
She could get you a toe this afternoon, though.
She can, literally. She doesn't work in a morgue and do this like some stories we've covered in the past. Close, though. She works as a ranger at an animal shelter where her job involves after-hours collections of stray and seized animals. So she's like animal control, and then she also goes and works at the shelter. And guess what? A few of those dogs did.
What did they do?
They ate their dead owner.
Yeah. Oh, ate the dead owner's toes. Oh.
Yeah. Who died in the house of natural causes and got eaten by them.
Okay, so someone drops a dog off at the shelter. It's like sad.
Picks them up. Yeah, one of the two.
Sad story. Yeah. The owner died, and this very good boy was hungry, and he may have eaten some of the owner. And she says, "Oh, so now that's the situation with the newest rescue at the rescue shelter."
That's Real quick, which one's worse to you guys? Thinking of a dog biting off alive toes, just like in a fit of rage, or thinking of a dog biting off dead toes? To me, the dead toes is so
better.
Much worse.
It's worse.
Really? The dead toes is worse to me for some reason.
What are the dogs going to do? They're like,
I know it doesn't
trapped.
hurt the person, but it's just more disgusting to me.
They need to eat. Well, they're both bad. They both result in the same thing, toes being gone. So you're probably assuming that the dog shot out the toes wrong. They threw them up. So the dogs vomited up the toes back at the shelter, and Kinman and another employee cleaned up the mess and disposed of the toes into the garbage. This caused distress for the other employee who asked to go home early, which was music to Kinman's ears. And she said, yeah, you can go ahead and hit the road. Now that
I'll stay here with the toes.
Now that those toes will remain in the garbage, I'll lock up. Thanks for your help, and let's never talk about this again.
I mean, if this is a volunteer shelter, right? Like you're resigning after a dog vomits human toes up on the floor, right?
Well, yeah, the other person will get a load of what happens next. You're not going to want to work with Kinman again. Kinman then went into the garbage and fished out the toes and put them in a mason jar containing formaldehyde. The next day, she called her daughter to brag about the find, saying that those toes could fetch over $400 in the black market.
Her daughter said that?
No, Kinman bragged to her daughter about it. Kinman knew all about it.
Yeah. So I guess that's my main question.
Yeah.
Why? It's really the who, what, where, when, and why of the toes.
She'll sell a body part, dude.
Questions will be answered shortly, Pat. Okay. Unfortunately for Kinman, the police showed up to her work to look for those toes. I don't know if it was the employee who saw her dive face first into the garbage before she left.
Yeah, probably
her daughter, or least likely, or the fact that Kinman was a very active member of the Bone Buddies, an online group of sickos that trades human remains and animal remains that tipped them off. But they showed up.
Is that why she works at the fucking at the shelter? Because she's a member of the Bone Buddies?
Chicken or egg, Pat. Either she got involved or it's one of the two. Either at some point she was like, "This is good for my Bone Buddies" thing.
Oh, it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
When they got there, she showed them, "Oh yeah, here's the toes. They're in the mason jar." And she's like,
"I get toes all the time from
so
dogs, stray dogs that eat toes."
Yeah, the dead guy doesn't eat them, so what? And the cops were like, "Yeah, but the family wants them for the burial." And she was like, "Oh, whatever."
Oh man, there's a lot of porns called Bone Buddies. If you type in Bone Buddies porn,
Yeah. Damn right.
yeah. If you want to go to boy18tube.com/video/Bone Buddies.
No thanks.
Talk about poppers. Boy
Sebastian
18.
Fox and Paxton Ward in Bone Buddies.
Yeah. Let's take a trip together. They also found a whole bunch of other weird shit that Kinnaman had been collecting, like a guinea pig's foot. You got another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me. Tell me.
Yeah, I got a screenshot this for you.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
this one's from Macho Tube. And the
Ironic name,
description. The description's too good. The description is too good. Here it
Are
is.
Bone Buddies always dudes?
Macho Tube.
Yes.
Two delicious dong crazed Bone Buddies choose to rim.
Oh man. There's a choice.
I don't know if I'm a rim tonight or not.
Oh no. Well, yeah. So the cops show up, and my computer just went out.
It's okay. I'll read a couple more for you if you want, Mark.
More.
No.
Keep going.
I got it. So the cops. There's more. Oh, Mark disappeared.
Well, Teen Bone Buddies, Paxton Warren, Sebastian Fox, Flip Fuck. 4 Bone Buddies for your lustful dick. This is a 180 VR porn video. Who doesn't want to bone Antonio Sanese? Oh no, this is a straight porn. Cool. There's one.
Dude,
How
how many
Bone
poppers-
Buddies and be straight? All right. So let's get back to it. So
I don't
you
know.
got-
I mean, I think it's a popper central when you're a bone buddy.
well, apparently.
Poppers on deck.
But it's like friends with benefits, but buddies, I guess. I don't know. So they show up and they see another bunch of other mason jars, like a guinea pig's foot's in one, an alligator claws in another.
Acceptable.
There's a bird skull, and then there's
Sure.
human baby teeth that she collected
Oh.
and kept from her now grown children.
Okay.
None of that's
Well, I
that
mean, yeah,
weird.
still your kids, but that's weird.
None of that's
Well, you-
that weird though. I mean,
You sell it.
In
Yeah.
a jar on like the mantle, she's got like this
Yeah.
is like think of a witch's like a cabinet of ingredients. This is like the eye of a newt, somewhere.
A lot
She's-
like a
she's-
witch's mason jar situation. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
like that.
It's a big time boil double trouble.
Dr.
or whatever,
Frankenstein type witch's brew. So then they looked at some of her old posts on Bone Buddies, which involved her selling stillborn kittens and puppies. Is that okay, Pat? To other members, along with a book titled The History of Punishment and Torture. She's also frequently contributed her views on roadkill being pretty damn neat and appeared on a television show focused on the trade of human remains as herself.
Roadkill enthusiast.
what TV show was this?
I don't know. It was like a TV show about human remains trade, and she volunteered. I don't know.
It's
It
illegal.
was the CIA. It was
Not
just an
legal.
interview with the government officials. She had no idea.
Yeah, maybe it's like one of those drug dealer shows where they put like a silhouette over and a fake voice.
What was it? It was not too long ago. Someone found a human skull at a thrift store,
Yeah.
and they had to submit it. They had to turn it in because you can't have one.
No, she has them all, man. I don't know what the exact charge was, but she was facing 2 years and a lot of appalled looks in court, and recently received a sentence of 18 months community corrections order. She must also perform 150 hours of unpaid community work. Something tells me she'll be volunteering for roadside cleanup. That's exactly the sentence she was hoping for.
Dude, how fired up was she when they dropped the dog off and they're like, "This one ate some toes." I mean, like,
Oh,
she couldn't wait to.
the
Okay,
point.
y'all can go home for today. I'll cover it.
Yeah.
the coworker.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if
Oh,
the coworker was
crikey.
more freaked out by the
You don't
toes
say.
Yeah, by the reaction from this lady was just so excited about the fucking
Yeah,
toes.
Her coworker was like, "What does Bone Buddies mean?" As she shouted, "Bone Buddies!" When she,
It's dog right here.
what the fuck? Bone Buddies. All right, so that's that, and I guess they're not really scientists. That wasn't really science related, except for the
Sure.
Bone Buddies are kind of scientists.
Yeah, they're science. They're
Of
scientists
sorts.
of some sort.
Of
Hey,
sorts.
real quick before we move on, I got to go back to some live comments related to the Googling that Pat did. Ryan says, you want salt on that rim. Yeah, it's going to be.
I
And
don't
then B
think you
Fox says,
have a
great.
choice.
Sebastian Fox is my nephew.
I want to check in.
No. Oh no. Bone buddies. They're some sort of scientists, similar to the actual South African scientists that are stuck in Antarctica in a scene out of the movie The Thing or True Detective season 3. Did you guys hear about what's happening in Antarctica right now?
No, what's going on?
No.
Apparently, a member of the team. This team is reportedly on month 6 of a 15-month expedition at a remote facility overlooking a cliff and is set to face near pitch black, completely isolated, freezing winter conditions for the remaining 10 months. Sent an email saying, Greg went crazy. Apparently, one of the members of the team has lost their mind and is violently and sexually assaulting other members of the team one by one.
Wow. I mean, you gotta nobody's killed him yet.
This is the shocking part.
That's my first serious question on this one, because
they're
that's
such nerds that they
Okay.
can't even defend themselves. Will
Okay, because I would imagine in a situation like this, I mean, it's like Lord of the Flies,
Yep.
right? You got to have, if there's one psychopath that's terrorizing the rest of the tribe, I mean, you got to take it. I mean, you got to.
that would make sense, Will, and they're going to have to do that, as you'll hear, because they're not going to get any help. The email to the South African government titled "Urgent." Said, Greg's deeply disturbing behavior has become increasingly egregious, and I am experiencing significant difficulty in feeling secure in his presence. It is imperative that immediate action is taken to ensure my safety and the safety of all employees. I remain deeply concerned about my own safety, constantly wondering if I might become his next victim.
Yeah,
Apparently
that's
Dude, I gotta-
terrifying.
I mean,
Yeah.
So the place where they go, the research station, I had an acquaintance go there one time, and I was like, oh man, and I actually went to his going away party, and
Felt like a wake, kind of.
someone had got him.
Wake.
Someone had got him The Thing on
Hilarious.
DVD, and he got out there, and I think when he came back, he said like, "Oh man, it's just like 300 copies of The Thing because everyone gets one for the
Yeah, of
person going out there." But like they must have a gun or something, right? Like there must be like a
Yes.
plan for this because this
Well,
happened.
Greg took all the guns, Pat.
Oh God, okay.
Right.
Greg, he was the gun room manager.
Yeah, he thought of that. He had 5 months to set this up, and he's now that you'll hear some other facts about it,
He's the
gonna have-
captain now.
He's going to
Interesting.
have his way for the next 10 months. Now, it's probably
Somebody's
not a
got
guy
to take
named,
one for the team, and
Yeah. most likely the guy's not named Greg. Shout out Greg Vogel and Greg Riley, who don't love it every time I name a generic criminal on the show, Greg. But the other team members are trapped with this South African Greg now because the time to evacuate has passed and they missed their opportunity. The government is claiming that even though the entire team got a psych evaluation to determine if they could stay in a building in complete isolation with each other for 15 months and all passed, that South African Greg was showing crazy signs and fucking with his coworkers during the evacuation window in the past few months. And the team chose to, quote, bury their heads in the sand and hope the situation corrected itself with added time and isolation.
right, yeah. Surely it'll all work out. They
Yeah.
just get down to Antarctica.
Yeah. And now the ship has sailed literally, and they're like the Butch and Sonny stuck on the ISS. They're not going to get any help.
Yeah. Now you're down there with the he's
The-
raping people.
What do you mean
That's
they're
what
not
they're
going to get any help? You got to send someone down there like immediately.
There's no way in or out. There's a emergency protocol that can get them to Germany, but it's like the total like end of the project and like going to cost like hundreds of millions of dollars. Like they literally waited until it was impossible to get aircraft and ships into this area. Like they had a countdown. They're like, on fucking March 12th, you're locked in, right, guys?
Everyone good?
Yeah.
Everyone good today?
What are the odds are that this is the one guy is going to be the only survivor when they finally can get people back there?
I would think that they just need to team up and take out Greg, like you said, and then like maybe there'll be multiple survivors. Because if they don't, then there probably is only going to be one survivor.
Who's doing this? Strong Greg?
Yeah. I mean, can't they at least wait till he sleeps? If he even does that at this point, he might not be sleeping at this point.
Weird.
How many people are out there, do they say?
I think it's like at least a dozen. I've seen a picture
Come
of
on.
the team.
Team up, guys.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point. I know you don't want to, but it's either that or get murdered. So,
Yeah. I mean, what come on. Backs against the wall here. It's 11-on-1.
yeah, just go ahead and do it. Anyways, that's pretty horrible situation for them. They could probably use a Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they brought some.
If
That's
you're
a good
stuck
thing
in
to bring
Antarctica.
to Antarctica. Yeah.
A psychopath. You could use Lucy. 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free Lucy breakers, which I got right here. Apple Ice Breaker are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken upon open, to release extra flavor and hydration. How about that?
I just broke mine open.
Yeah, mine's wide open, popping. So set yourself up with a subscription, and then you can have Lucy delivered straight to your door. You don't have to worry about it. Set it and forget it. You don't have to go to the stupid gas station and pay way more for less milligrams. I'm digging. I was a mango guy. I'm digging these Apple Ices. They're flavorful.
They don't make any bad flavors.
No,
really, Lucy.
Yeah. I'm back to the 8s. I think I'm going to hang out in the 8s for a while. 8 milligrams. Pat's
That's
right
good.
below
I'm
me.
proud of you, bud.
Will's
Proud
right
of
above
you.
me. Thank you.
Proud of you to get you coming back down to earth.
I think
Way to
8's a
go,
good
man.
spot.
There you go, man.
And look, I got them in right now. I got them in when I write these stories about these insane scientists. They're awesome. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/hardfactor and use promo code hardfactor to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy. If you change your mind, you won't. Again, that's lucy.co and use code hardfactor to get 20% off. And then, here's some fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine's an addictive chemical.
That's right. Also, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You might be thinking to yourself, therapy? That's too expensive. I can't afford therapy. It's a huge investment. I don't have that kind of dough, and it's a total catch-22 because maybe one of the reasons you need therapy is because of the stressors brought on by not having enough dough. See what I'm saying? But guess what,
Vicious
guys?
cycle.
Let's talk these numbies. In-person therapy, traditional therapy, can cost like, I don't know, $150 to $250 a session, which can add up pretty fast. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save an average of 50% of that per session. That's right.
Pretty good.
With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, which can save you big on cost and time. And it makes therapy accessible, and your mental health is worth it. It's now within reach. I use BetterHelp to talk to my guy. My guy gives me a lot of insight. You might be using like a friend. You're trying to use your spouse, which is a big no-no right now, as your therapist, maybe a bud that you have beers with. But guess what? You ain't paying them, so they don't want to hear it. Plus, they ain't professionals. You get on BetterHelp, you pop in what you're looking for. Maybe your girlfriend's mad at you. Maybe you got a problem drinking or gambling. Maybe you're just depressed. And then they'll be like, all right, well, cool. Here's a bunch of people who can fit that specific need for you. What kind of therapist you like, right? And then they'll pair you up. Real quick survey. Dude, you'll have a therapist, honestly, if you want to, within like 15 minutes. And then you can start meeting with them. There's over 30,000 in the network. It's the largest online platform for therapy in the world. And it's awesome. So you should get on it. Super easy. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/hardfactor today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor.
Hell yeah. Here's where the people are. So imagine this, but with blackout conditions. They're on the edge of a cliff. So I would
barracks. Yeah.
I would tie up Greg and just maybe as a team throw him off that cliff there.
Yeah, just put him out in the snow. He's gonna like freeze in like 5 minutes.
What if he threw off the cliff and he returned? It would be pretty harrowing.
Then you know
Then you're in real trouble. If
And
he's
you
an
answered
abominable
all the
snowman.
questions that you had for yourself.
Yeah.
Guys, a Peruvian fisherman, Maximo Napa Castro, awesome name, by the way, Maximo Napa Castro, 61-year-old. He was out at sea for 95 days in the Pacific Ocean, and he's been rescued and reunited with his family, thank God. 95 days, long time, over 3 months solo in the Pacific Ocean. Maximo set off for should have been like a 2-week fishing trip from the coastal town of Marcona. That's on the southern coast of Peru. And he left on December 7. Okay. And it was supposed to be a 2-week trip, about enough food for 2 weeks. 10 days into the trip, a storm blew his boat off course. And he was adrift. Okay. And his boat on the 20th, I guess, broke down. And he was absolutely fucked.
Just sitting in his boat there.
Just sitting in his boat. Here's a photo of him on a. I don't think this was the exact boat, but this is a boat like the boat that he was in.
Whoa.
Okay, just like a wooden boat.
Yeah, so
Not a
no
great boat.
communications. You can't radio for help.
Absolutely not. The family said had his boat had a radio beacon, it would have been a lot easier to find him.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
didn't, guys. It didn't. So he packed
Well,
up food for-
Maximo, I mean, he doesn't need a GPS, but when the
True.
engine breaks, unfortunately.
or a storm hits him, he does need a fucking GPS. Get him a goddamn GPS, please. Now, look, they are expensive.
Maximo uses his brain.
Might have been helpful to look up the storms too.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, Maximo can't do that. With what
No.
computer is he going to do that?
That's
He
what
doesn't
I'm
even have a
saying.
GPS.
Yeah.
Well, he's at one with the sea. He can feel it in his blood. It's synced up with the ocean.
So here's a video of Maximo after he's been reunited. You're going to hear him just making really, honestly, similar cries to what you might hear if you were to check out modshowtube.com, where two delicious bone-crazed bone buddies choose to rim. And then a quick interview with him talking about how he survived.
Euphoric yelps, huh?
Oh, man, Maximo's happy.
I'm rimming.
Yo no quería morir.
I didn't want to die.
95 días.
95 days. I
Come cucaracha,
had to eat cockroaches,
Cockroaches.
birds, and the last thing was a turtle. I did not want to die for my mother. I have my mother alive.
Oh, man.
He did not want to die for his
Maximo.
mother.
Dude, he made it.
Yeah, 95 days. He had to eat
Impressive.
cockroaches, birds. My favorite guys. The final boss of survival was
Turtle.
a turtle. The last thing was a turtle. Maximo said of the turtle, guys, he said of the turtle, it was a major break, but he did not like having to kill it. Quote, "It's either you or me, turtle," he recalled thinking. And that turtle he ate.
Back to his wall.
Cockroaches means there's cockroaches on his boat. So Maximo's got to get that checked out.
Yeah,
True.
they weren't in the Pacific Ocean.
Came in handy.
Luckily they were.
Came in handy, though. In this case. He's stranded. He got to eat him in the middle of the ocean. That was better than the turtle.
At first, I was annoyed by the cockroaches.
And then I thought, what luck, cockroaches.
What would you eat first, raw turtle or a cockroach?
Well, let's do some math real quick on that question. So he brought enough food for 2 weeks, okay?
But when could he ration? When did he go off to sea?
So he left on the 7th of December.
When was he
okay?
lost?
December. He's been gone, dude, for 4
No, but I mean, like,
months.
if he got through only half of his supplies, he could have rationed them out if he knew he was fucked. That's my point.
Well, he started rationing on December 20th, so about 13 days in.
So only a day's left of food, 1 to 2
Right.
days left.
And then it said that he went 15 days without eating.
Yeah.
So that really begs the question of whether it's 15 days in a row, like if he hung out for 15 days while looking at those delicious cockroaches.
He was staring at the cockroaches for 15 days, and finally he got hungry enough. He's like, fuck, I have to eat the cockroaches.
Oh, they
Then
started
I-
looking like steaks after.
Then I have to
15
eat
days.
raw turtles after that. And it's
Well,
gonna-
the turtle was the
this is
last
my
one.
life now.
What are all these
Birds-
walking steaks doing on my boat?
Birds were in between that. I mean, how do you catch a bird on that boat is my question.
Hey, come here.
Hey, psst.
They'd probably eat the cockroaches too.
Look, I'm really hungry. Right? You got to use a cockroach as bait. This is a
Yep.
great movie.
Here, like you net it. Yeah, when the bird lands, you net it.
My thing was a fishing expedition. Why
Look at
couldn't you
these
catch a
flying
fucking
steaks
fish?
coming after these scurrying steaks.
Right. You that is the first question everybody's wondering was why not fish?
Well, he's a shitty fisherman. He's a terrible fisherman. Guys, it wasn't that bad
5
for
days.
him.
Got skunked for 95 days in a row. That's tough.
The fish might be a little bit lower than the surface level out there in the Pacific.
Well,
though.
go lucky that he's got a fishing boat, Mark, with
Yeah.
the things to catch fish and bring them up to the surface. Teach a man to fish, Mark. He's like getting scarred for life, staring a turtle down that he brought on board that he then is having to kill that he didn't want to kill, and he's doing it for. By the way, the man. This is what's so weird to me. The man is a grandfather. Okay, he's 61 years old. he's more concerned about his mother, right? It's not like I want to be back for my grandkids. He's like my mother, right?
You know,
You don't want to bury your own kids, you know.
It's cultural, you know.
He
The Antarctic scientists could learn a fucking thing or two from Maximo. I'll tell you that much.
yeah,
That-
I agree.
they're sending emails that can handle it themselves, like Maximo did. You think the turtle was like, these cockroaches watching us, the cockroaches diminished? He's like,
Yeah, the turtle. You think it was his buddy? He
Yeah.
brought the turtle up to be his homie.
notice there's no more cockroaches.
It's like eating his Wilson.
Yeah.
Dude, pretty insane. He was found by, I think, an Ecuadorian naval ship, and this is a quote from Jorge Gonzalez. It was a Peruvian. Well, maybe it was an Ecuadorian ship. This is a Peruvian Navy port captain. Jorge Gonzalez said, "Quote: Mr. Maximo arrived in good physical condition. He could walk and wash himself. Shocked, but he was in good physical condition." And I totally agree. I mean, you're out there for 95 days, like. Turtle, man.
What water
Turtle
was
does
he
some
drinking?
wonders. Oh, he was catching rainwater.
Catching rainwater. Okay, there you go.
Mhm.
That helps.
Makes sense.
Good idea for a Patreon show is what you did earlier. You get just the audio from a Bone Buddies porn versus like someone
Reuniting with a loved
Reuniting.
one.
Oh,
with
you
the
have to
loved
guess. You have to guess which one it is.
guess
Yeah,
which
yeah.
it is. No video, just audio.
It's so salty. Now, was that from
Yeah.
a rimming porn?
It's good to see you again, my friend. Is that reuniting? Or-
Yeah. It's been a long time,
Yeah.
and I am really hungry.
Yeah. I'm real hungry.
I'm real hungry.
Look at you. You can wash yourself.
Yeah. I got a hankering.
For some poppers.
Something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
Some poppers,
Speaking
Pat?
of gay sex.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I think they might have a hankering for some poppers. I'm mainly doing this story on poppers because of the image that the New York Post used with their headline combination. And it was so funny that I saw it over the course of 2 days. Each time I saw it made me laugh out loud to myself. And it's a national story, but I wasn't going to do it. But it's just the head. You'll see what I'm saying. Here it is. The New York Post, their post on Instagram. RFK cracks down on popular gay party drug poppers. And then you see RFK, he's just disgusted. The look on his face. He's so angry. And then it's this thing called Rush and Super Rush. And it says, never fake it. Super Rush. See that?
Yeah. So
You guys laugh when you see that. For some reason, when I see that image, it makes me.
no, Will, the graphics guy at the New York Post was having a good time making that graphic.
I mean, this is a funny image. He's so mad at these poppers.
He is.
Why is a gay party drug? It doesn't make any sense. But he's so,
Why is he cracking down on it?
dude? Because he fucking hates poppers. I'll
So
tell
they
you
look.
what.
It looks like a little mini NyQuil bottle, or like a right. It's like a little shooter.
It looks
Yeah,
like
it
a
looks like a
5 hour
5 hour
energy.
energy.
5 hour energy, yeah. And that's part of the problem. That's part of why he hates them. Okay, is because they look like a 5 hour energy. It's actually part of the issue. Okay, it's amyl nitrite, aka poppers. That's what they call them. They're a popular inhalant that has been available at gas stations forever under legal loopholes. It's kind of like salvia back in the day. Remember, you used by salvia.
Right. It's
whatever.
like, hey, guess what? There's this legal drug. Now, if you smoke it, it happens to give you a trip that feels like an eternity, and it's always bad, but it's
Right.
legal.
These things
it's
always
legal.
end up in shitty
Gas
gas
station.
stations. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, before an RFK gets to them, they're always in a shitty gas station.
Yep, exactly. And so salvia was back in the day. Also, whippets. I think you could probably still get those a lot of places. But the only difference with poppers is it's like whippets that happen to also relax the sphincter muscle at the same time as giving you the euphoria. It makes anal sex less painful. That's the popper.
Sure.
That's a pop.
But it doesn't make you crap yourself because you don't want that during anal sex. Right?
I don't know.
No, it's a
I'm
balance.
not. I haven't taken a popper, but
So you got to clean yourself out, then take a popper because
it
you
relaxes.
You don't want to
the
relax the
sphincter.
sphincter to the point of a farts of shit.
It relaxes the sphincter
Mhm.
scientifically.
But if it's got an amphetamine component to it, that's going to make you take a dump, which you want, right?
But you want to take a popper, then maybe take a popper after you washed. Right.
I agree.
Yeah, because it's going to
So
loosen
it's a
you
double
up.
popper scenario, right?
It's going to loosen you right up. These poppers, but RFK, his FDA has closed all those loopholes up watertight, and immediately
Holes.
rated Austin-based manufacturer Double Scorpio. So he went in, he said, "Hey, Double Scorpio, give me your fucking poppers." And then they handed them all over.
Wait. Double Scorpio is the manufacturer.
Double Scorpio is an Austin-based popper manufacturer.
Too cold,
And they have
Scorpio.
been rated.
I got to
Yeah.
find out where their office is.
And RFK went in there and took them down. Not him personally, but his FDA went in there and took them down. No other announced raids yet, but you can assume that based on the look on RFK's face in this image the New York Post used, that he's going to get every last fucking popper.
Well,
that's
so they
out there.
relax your sphincter, which is good for the anal sex, but they're also they were supposed to be used as room deodorizers or leather cleaners, so that can't be good to inhale or drink. Right?
Yeah, but
A leather cleaner?
Yeah, but cocaine's not good to inhale either.
No, it's
Mark,
not. It's not.
Mark, in fact, you're onto something. I'm going to tell you what. That's why RFK is mad. According to author Adam Smith, Smith was with a Z. He's the author of Deep Sniff: A History of Poppers and Queer Futures. He says amyl nitrate, amyl nitrate, a close cousin to the chemical most widely used as poppers today, was first identified by a French chemist in 1844. By the late 19th century, doctors used it to ease chest pain because it affects blood flow to the heart. The drug, Smith says, became popular with gay men in New York and San Francisco beginning in the 1950s and 60s when it became available without a prescription from pharmacists. So basically, it's been in gas stations ever since, and it's always points out in the live comments. It just it loosens up, it loosens up your muscles. Yeah.
Okay, so
It happens to loosen up your sphincter muscle, particularly. Ipso facto, gay dudes have been popping poppers. But RFK has had a bone to pick with these poppers all the way back to the 80s. And the packaging makes them look like they're 5-hour energies, like you're supposed to drink them. And that's what's dangerous. So apparently people are drinking them. That's not healthy. You're supposed to inhale it. That's how you're supposed to take it. People are drinking it. It's not good. I'd stock up now before he gets them all.
So if you go to the Double Scorpio website, they have a message essentially saying they were rated by the FDA and they're thanking everyone. And I couldn't find the location of their manufacturing plant. So via Google, so I just put in Double Scorpio into Google Maps.
Yeah.
And this is what came up. And I know this place. It's on Cesar Chavez. I think it's the same place. It's Sir Rat Leather and Gear. This is where the Poppers headquarters was.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Sir Rat. Yeah.
Dude, they loved making poppers at Sir Rat.
Mhm. Yeah. Leather.
Yeah,
down.
they're gonna be the only place that has them for the next couple months when they
That's tough, dude. It's tough for the fans of poppers out there because allegedly a lot of folks are saying, hey, these poppers are just our thing, man. Why are you taking them RFK? But RFK says, I'm gonna get every last fucking popper.
These
there's
seem
definitely
easy to
bigger
make
things to worry
though.
about.
Couldn't you just like repackage them? Probably. I mean,
I don't know. Dude, RFK's on the hunt for these things.
yeah, but you're gonna know RFK when he walks in because he's gonna be like, "You got any poppers?"
I got a tight butthole, but I'm interested in doing some stuff with it. And Anthony, got anything to help me?
He shows up in a leather outfit with a fake mustache, and you can still tell it's him. Nope, we totally got rid of all the poppers because of a great man named RFK.
Looking for these things. I don't know. I think they're called like rappers. Are you talking about poppers? Sure, get them, boys. You're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, fellas. Jam it in there. Look, My
I hope he's on the
asshole
bus.
is open for business, but I'm warning you, it's real tight.
You gotta earn it.
He tests it. He tests it real time.
So you can have it, but if you want to improve upon it,
No shortcuts.
Give me that fucking bottle. And he just sniffs it. He's RFK. He can tell a real popper from a fake one. He might be commandeering them for himself. We don't know, but he's on the hunt, and he's gonna get all these poppers. So
Giving them to whales and dolphins.
my advice to the popper fans out there: get your hands on them now, because RFK is not playing around.
Yeah, if
Okay.
they don't expire, just get a bunch now.
Yeah, because they're not. I mean, he's vacuuming these things up. For
the hook will bring you back.
what purpose we don't know, but he's taking them. So
John Popper.
Oh,
R.I.P.
nice, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. John Popper.
No,
He's doing some
The
lyrics.
hook will bring you back. What he meant to say was the hook will bring you to the back.
We'll do a harmonica.
Blues Traveler. Anyway,
Yeah.
John Popper alive.
John Popper's alive. Yeah,
He's
got
alive.
he got gastric bypass.
He should still be performing because the guy's incredible.
No, they're still touring. Yeah, they're still touring.
I'm glad to hear that.
What a song that is.
Great news to end the day. John Popper very much alive. And
He doesn't
and
look
that's it.
great. Doesn't look great. He's thinner, but it does not look good.
It's okay news to end the show.
Yeah.
And that's the show. And thank you for listening. Go to patreon.com/hard factor if you need more hard factor. Join the Discord chat. Also play some trivia on Friday night, March 28th, and get bonus podcast access over there, up to 3 a week. Most importantly, though, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking day.
The cream of the crop!